Hello and welcome back to Medium Rare. My name is Rag Reynolds and today we have 3 stories to talk about. But before we get into any of those, I do want to encourage you to check out my links in the description down below, such as to my Twitch, my Patreon, my Instagram, and my Twitter. And now let's jump in to our first story. The Wuhan coronavirus is continuing to spread, it's continuing to infect people, it is continuing to kill. Singapore has upped their alert to an orange level, and we've also seen many cases of coronavirus infection on a cruise ship currently docked in Japan. One of the bigger cases of coronavirus we've also seen is from Chinese doctor Li Wenliang, who is a doctor that was whistleblowing on coronavirus and was punished by authorities for it. A doctor who tried to warn others about the coronavirus outbreak in December has died from the infection. 34-year-old ophthalmologist working in Wuhan died at 3 AM local time on Friday. Dr. Li had raised the alarm about novel coronavirus on the 30th of December when he sent a message to his medical school alumni group warning them to wear protective clothing. Dr. Li told them 7 patients from the local seafood market had been diagnosed with a SARS-like illness and were quarantined in hospital. A screenshot of the message went viral on Weibo, China's version of Twitter, and he and 7 others were accused of rumour-mongering by Wuhan police who tried to silence him. The doctor was told to sign a letter that accused him of making false comments that had severely disturbed public order. Local authorities later apologised to Dr. Li. China did not alert the World Health Organization about the new illness until the end of December. Then scientists determined it was a coronavirus and was spreading rapidly. Dr. Li fell ill in early January after treating a woman with glaucoma and was confirmed to have the coronavirus on February 1st. And you know, to me, the most concerning thing that I'm seeing in China right now is, take a look at this video. So what you just saw there was this guy driving in China and he hit people only to then get out of his car and start dancing like a madman. Now, people are speculating, people are saying this is the kind of thing that happens when people are panicked. People are panicked, they think they're gonna die, they're convinced they're gonna die because of this mass outbreak. They're also under authoritarian rule, being the Chinese government, and when people are in these sort of situations, they do not react well. People go a little bit mad. They do not care what happens. They stop giving an F. Honestly, this whole coronavirus thing is quite concerning. I think we need to be calm. We don't need to have a huge mass panic about this, but we do need to stay vigilant. We do need to stay aware of what is going on around us. Anyway, I will continue to give updates to this coronavirus situation as it develops. Be sure to let me know what you think about all this in those comments down below. And now let's talk about Onision a little bit. So, since the last time I spoke about Onision on this channel, he has uploaded 36 videos. 36 videos ranting and giving his side to the allegations against him and also Chris Hansen's investigation into him. In these videos, Onision straight up admits to him and his spouse having slept with Sarah, who is the young girl that Onision and his spouse Kai have been accused of grooming. And then in his final video, Onision announced that he would be retiring his face from his YouTube videos. Shortly after all this, YouTuber iNabber posted a video reacting to Onision's announcement of retiring his face, to which Keemstar took to Twitter to issue a response to that. "You are so incredibly unfunny, it's embarrassing. Every video you milk on Onision forces me to side with Onision due to how crap you are at being informative or entertaining, at iNabber69. Keem then went on a rant about this whole Onision situation, saying, "Look, it's very clear there's an Onision hate mob out there, but these channels with nothing but Onision content you can't trust in the slightest. They will be like, Onision's wife groomed this little girl, so Onision is guilty. Huh? You just said it's his wife. These morons will make a 5-part video series on Onision cutting down a tree. You can't trust these clowns." I personally hate Onision and he hates me, but it's actually impossible to believe Onision is guilty of everything they are saying about him. So-called evidence is always presented with emotion or assumption. They never present Onision's counter-arguments, they just say guilty. F it, I'm going to interview Onision and give him a fair chance to defend himself, since none of you will. Everyone deserves a chance to defend themselves. It's time to get to the bottom of this once and for all and hear from all sides, not just one who's clearly biased. Setting up a meeting with Onision's people now. Believe it or not, he actually does have people. I am in contact with them. Talks for an Onision interview are going well, and Keem shows here a picture of Onision having blocked him. Someone then responded to Keem's tweet where he said he was taking Onision's side, and Keem said, "Oh my god, that's clearly a joke, roasting iNabber's horrible, unwatchable content. How did that one go over your head?" Okay, well, people are starting to get annoyed with the spam tweets, so I'll give it a rest, but I'm going to try my best to get you an Onision interview where the man has a chance to explain all this. That's one interview I think we're all interested in seeing. Keem then said, "I'm not paying to interview anyone. I pull million views at least a video. That's more views than any of his content has had on YouTube. The point of the interview is so let the other person speak. I'm not going to control what Greg says, then it would not be an interview." Keem ended his Twitter rants by posting this video.
Alright guys, I'm on the phone with Leafy right now. A lot of people are saying, this isn't real or whatever. But, Leafy apparently wants to help me interview Onision. Is that right?
Yeah, dude, he groomed me as well. He groomed me. We gotta get to the bottom of it, man.
Onision, come do the interview on Drama with Keemstar, and Leafy is here.
So obviously there you just heard that Keem was on the phone with Leafy is here, and he says that Leafy is interested in being part of the interview with Onision, and then Leafy goes on to poke fun seemingly at the victims in this whole Onision situation by joking that Onision also groomed him. Now, as you can imagine, Keemstar's approach to this has not been loved by many people. People are not happy with the way Keemstar has been going at this. Many people are saying that Keemstar is seemingly being apologetic towards Onision. And as far as I'm concerned here, as far as my opinion goes, I am a little bit confused with some of Keem's tweets here. He's saying that Onision hasn't had a chance to defend himself. Someone needs to interview him. Well, Keem clearly knows nothing about what he's talking about because multiple people have offered to interview Onision. Chris Hansen has offered. Philip DeFranco has asked for a statement from Onision. Many people have asked Onision for his side of the story, but instead of just doing an interview, he has demanded, for example, $600,000 to do an interview with Chris Hansen. He is demanding money. Onision has been given the opportunity to say his piece, but he has refused over and over again until recently, when he posted his 36-part series. He posted 36 videos within a week or so to his Onision Speaks channel, giving his side of the story, and these videos have thousands of views on them. Some of them are over 100,000 views. These are not low views or anything. He has a platform, and he has had a chance to give his side of the story. It's also important to point out as well that a lot of the accusations here that Chris Hansen has been diving into, that Chris Hansen has been amplifying on his program on YouTube, are things that have actually been spoken about for years in the past. I mean, sure, the Sarah stuff's a little bit new, and that's something Onision's maybe not addressed as much because he's not really had as much of a chance to until his series now. But when it comes to stuff like the Shiloh situation or the Billy stuff and all the rest of that, Onision's spoken about all of that before in the past as well. He was the one making these videos. It was the other person. It was like Shiloh was the one who didn't have her side out there. Billy was the one who didn't really have her side out there as well. She had maybe a couple of little bits and pieces, but it was Onision controlling the narrative back then. It was him who was putting out the videos talking about these situations. He was essentially exposing himself back in those days. He was giving everyone the material to work with. And as of now, he is once again posting video after video on his channel, telling his side of the story. I'm not really understanding what Keemstar could possibly ever ask Onision that Onision could then answer that Onision hasn't already answered in these videos that he has posted. I don't see what an interview with Onision accomplishes. However, I do not think it is a bad thing to interview Onision. There may be some questions that maybe Keemstar can think up. I'm not convinced he has watched any of Onision's videos on this matter to know what Onision's actually said about this anyway. But hey, maybe Keemstar does have some questions to ask. And yes, I do also think it's fair to give people a chance to defend themselves. But again, Onision has had a chance to defend himself. He has told his side of the story. And while telling his side of the story, he admitted he and Kai slept with Sarah. And that is the biggest thing here. He has allegedly groomed this young girl who he was responsible for. So yeah, just to end this off, I do not agree with people who say that it's wrong to let Onision speak. I do not agree with the idea that no one should be interviewing him. I mean, Chris Hansen was trying to interview him, so I think it's silly sometimes because there are a lot of people out there who are saying, how dare you offer to interview Onision? Meanwhile, they're all pro Chris Hansen's investigation, where Chris Hansen was going to interview Onision, and I'm sure he still is interested in interviewing, so I think there's maybe a double standard there. However, I do agree with the people that say they are concerned with the fact that Keemstar would be the one interviewing him, because Keemstar certainly doesn't seem to have many good intentions with this. He doesn't seem to be well read on the situation. He doesn't seem to be aware that Onision has in fact had numerous chances to give his side of the story, and that he has in fact given his side of the story on his own channel. So to act as though people aren't giving Onision a chance to give his own side of the story here and they're just being unfair and trying to silence him, I don't think that's true at all. Anyway, let me know what you think about all this in those comments down below. And our final story of the day, folks, is about Jaystation. Now, if you're not up to date on this Jaystation stuff, I do recommend you check out my previous few videos on the situation to get yourself up to speed. Anyway, just the other day, Jaystation was actually arrested and charged for assault and assault with a weapon, and he is due to appear in court on March 16th. Now, this is obviously in relation to when Jaystation had said in one of his previous videos that his girlfriend Alexia, who had left him in the middle of the night, she had filed a charge against him saying that he had assaulted her with a weapon. But unfortunately, this is not where all of this Jaystation mess ends. Just the other day, Keemstar posted a video onto Drama Alert, kicking off the hashtag #StopJaystation. In this video, Keemstar goes over all the usual Jaystation stuff, all the drama, all the concerning points, all the stuff that we have covered in previous videos here on this channel. And Keemstar goes on to say that he wants Jaystation cancelled. He wants Jaystation off of YouTube. He wants to make parents aware of who Jaystation is and what Jaystation has done. Keemstar said he's going to spend 50 grand on Facebook ads to show parents and make parents stop their kids watching Jaystation, although I'm not sure if he was being serious with that or not. Anyway, this whole thing kicked off a huge debate about whether or not Jaystation deserves to be removed from the YouTube platform or not, and it also has expanded into other YouTubers as well. So essentially, side A of the situation is saying, no, Jaystation should not be removed off the platform, and the reason for that, it doesn't matter that he's this scumbag, it doesn't matter that he's this horrible person who's clickbaiting and exploiting death and manipulating his young fans. It doesn't matter about any of that. The fact is, he is not breaking YouTube terms of service, and if you're not breaking YouTube terms of service, you should not be deplatformed, no matter how bad of a person you are. But on the other hand, you have people on side B who are saying, well, Jaystation is actually manipulating young kids who are his audience. He's manipulating these young kids into thinking that these videos he's making are real. So for example, when he says his girlfriend is dead, his viewers genuinely think that his girlfriend's dead. He's sitting there at this little shrine praying for her, crying over her death, and his young fans think this is true. This causes his young fans to be emotionally distressed. So that's what the side B are arguing. They're arguing that Jaystation deserves to be removed because he is causing harm to young people. Anyway, in the midst of all this, Jaystation actually called out Keemstar, challenging him to a fight. But in response to this, a commentary YouTuber, Kavos, who has over 1 million subscribers, actually started posting on Twitter, challenging Jaystation to a boxing match. So I hear I'm Jaystation is trying to box. I will happily F you up with the fury of 1,000 commentators. I want that fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Jaystation didn't want to fight me. He's only used to confronting and being abusive to girls. He don't want these big English balls. I want the fight to start at 3 AM. That's my only condition. Jaystation then posted this video on his Instagram story.
Keemstar, I know you're scared, bro, to fight, but man, I'll fight Kavos. You just tell me his height, his weight, tell me when and where, and we put it on paper. If I beat this guy, I gotta fight you, bro. What do you say?
So as you heard there, Jaystation basically just confirmed that he would be happy to fight Kavos. Kavos later posted a video on his channel explaining why he would like to fight Jaystation, and in this video he says that he believes Jaystation to be an abuser of women among many other things, and says that he hates every single thing about Jaystation and that he would love nothing more than to knock Jaystation out. And then the last thing I saw on this was that Kavos seems to have tweeted out an official poster for this event. Kavos then followed up saying dates and venue to be confirmed. At the moment everything is filler on this, by the way. I want it way sooner than September. So as far as my opinion on this goes, I'm kind of in between. I'm kind of, one half of my mind is thinking, this is great. This is great because, hooray, someone's going to get to punch Jaystation in the face, and that's something I'd love to see. On the other hand, what if Jaystation actually wins the fight? Wouldn't that just be the most horrible thing? Like, can you imagine Jaystation beats this guy up, and then his fans just celebrate that Jaystation beat up this guy who was lying about him and bullying him on YouTube and all this other stuff? That would be horrible, and I'm almost scared about the fact that Kavos is going to give Jaystation this opportunity. Kavos does seem very confident that he will wipe the floor with Jaystation. He keeps saying that over and over again, but who knows, man? I don't know about Jaystation's background that much. Maybe Jaystation has boxing experience. I really do not know. Either way, it's going to be interesting to see what happens from here. Anyway, let me know what you think about this in those comments down below. And that is where I am going to end today's video. Be sure to let me know what you thought about any and all of the subjects we spoke about today in those comments down below. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you liked it, subscribe if you're new here, turn on the notifications as well, and make sure to check out my links in the description down below. I'm currently working on a couple of other little projects that hopefully I'll let you know about soon, one of which is a longer form video. It's going to be like maybe a couple of hours long video that will be out hopefully within the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. I'm also working on something else that I'm not really going to speak about yet, but you can stay tuned for that as well. Anyway, until next time everyone, my name is Rag Reynolds, and this was Medium Rare.